Welcome to a world of might and magic, where the only limit is your imagination. Come along with us and find out what happens when you just roll with
it. Right. So last time was we had our shopping episode basically. It was we talked for a long while, and then we went to do some general shopping at the general store, and then we went to what is it? I've got it right here. The Mr. Fizzerwidget's Wonders to get some magic items. I got a fucking Javelin of Lightning, which sick. As we discussed plans to go and we discussed our plan for getting into this vampire's house and what we were going to do at the dinner date. And then we went to the library and looked at some books, usually regarding the town we're in as a whole. That's what I've got here in my lovely notepad.
You completely missed the 40-minute clothes shopping session.
Oh, yeah. Yes. We talked about shopping for suits and clothes. I got a stylist. I feel like most of that was us looking for the actual clothes we wanted.
Everyone was Googling what they wanted.
I knew immediately what I was looking for.
Paige is basically dressed as a capitalist right now. 19th century one.
That's how the
Mr.
that's how the
Monopoly.
bad guys from Squid Game dress. Well, I don't remember what the deal was. They were like really rich guys or something. I didn't watch the show. I just watched a recap.
God damn. Well, if you do watch it, don't watch the English version, because they messed that up a lot in translation.
I tend to watch a show in whatever its original language was. Because that's kind of how they intended for it to be watched. At least that's what I think. Not to say there are bad dubs. There's just a lot of, or not good ones, but there's just a lot of bad ones.
I'm not a big fan of dubs, but the best dub in the world is Kung Pao.
That was intentionally done like that, though.
I know. That's why the best.
Movie's hilarious.
Literally haven't watched a single 4Kids dub in your life. Those are the best dubs.
Oh my god. I remember the original 4Kids run of One Piece.
God, dude, don't get me started.
Holy shit, they changed so much. Like, guns and swords just didn't exist in a pirate show.
Yeah.
They changed out Sanji's cigarette for a lollipop, which made no sense to his character.
They completely removed the reverse mountain, so if they ever got to Thriller Bark, Brooke would have had no reason to join them. It was a nightmare, man. I heard there was a rumor that they got in a package deal, so there was no actual internal research done about One Piece. So, for a show filled with all sorts of blood and cleavage, you would think somebody would have been paid to at least watch a season or two.
Or, like the entirety of the first, 2 episodes.
The first one where Luffy fucking stabs himself in the face.
Alright, enough off topic. Everybody gets their inspiration for the day.
I finally made the switch from wired earbuds to Bluetooth.
As we
Now I could
cozied up in the library with our thirst for knowledge, searching on the various topics like Spoon's hometown for whatever reason,
That's an important one.
local popular joints, and of course the illustrious history of Nevermore, which you all made me write over my week. I did not have a full history planned, but now I have like a 3-page book.
That didn't sound spiteful at all.
Well, for a town that's only existed for like a handful of years, it's got a big history now. And from the history book that we were examining last time, we find that the city of Nevermore was founded in the year 1484 DR, or Dale Reckoning for people who actually follow the mythos. It is currently 1491 DR. It was founded by Ichabod Paris and Grendel Cainson. It was originally built as a small settlement near the mouth of the large cavern in what has become the modern Slums District. The town was formed as a refuge from the outside world, and over the years, more and more outcast folk from the world above found their way to Nevermore. The city has become a veritable melting pot for people of all races, although the predominant population consists of the subterranean races like Drow, Duergar, Myconids, and the fun one to say, Spherefil Niblin.
Bless you.
Can you go ahead and tell me what that is?
That is Underdark Gnomes.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, the gnomes would have a fucking insane name like that.
The governmental system is a constitutional monarchy, much like our neighbors to the north, Canada. In its short existence, the city has only had 2 leaders. Its founder, Ichabod Paris, now deceased, and Wilhelm der Schreiber. I can feel the notes being taken.
Can you say that last name again?
Wilhelm der Schreiber.
Der Schreiber.
Der Schreiber.
I would imagine that the Windhell House is the one in the middle, the manor.
That is the Grim Manor, as we found out previously. Not named for its inhabitants, but it is the name of the house itself.
Yeah, but I would imagine he lives there, being the leader of the town.
That would be accurate.
So that's the Magister.
More or less, yes.
Cool.
Okay, so it's hard to steal. Not that I had any plans.
300 individual buildings in this entire district. Let's rob the most guarded one. Alright. So with that information now in mind, how are you progressing with our last few hours before our dinner date?
Just try to get as cleaned up as possible.
Yeah, probably gonna
That will be a good idea.
probably gonna go get washed up and like trying to give a cat a bath. Try to dress up into my brand new suit.
All of that, but Paige also wants to buy some perfume.
I thought Paige already had perfume.
He threw the perfume at a dragon that we fought.
Yep.
That's what happened to the perfume.
That's a great tale. Where was your perfume? Throw it at a dragon.
What else would you do with it? Actively had to do research into if the shit was flammable or not.
Oh, it's definitely flammable. It contains alcohol.
Well, I didn't know that. I don't know anything about perfume.
I only knew it contained alcohol, so I took a bet.
I'm not well versed on scents and cosmetics and such.
You never made a 8-year course on how to make perfume?
No, I can't say I did.
What they teach to the youths these days?
The Common Core. Proven to be a very ineffective teaching system.
It is very effective. You get out of school without knowing how to pay taxes, how to get a job, but you do know how to make the.
But boy, I could tell you the quadratic formula like no one else.
And how photosynthesis works.
Yeah, that too.
In the history of every country except the one I live in. I think there's like 2 units in our history books about the U.S.
That's
And
it.
And I think
that's
they're
why
both
I made
wars.
the active choice to take AP US. Have I learned anything in it? Yeah, a bit. But I'm not exactly a ideal student, so
It's a rebel.
you know. I like the class. It's got a great teacher.
It's a history class.
It's a history class. So it's and it's an AP class, so every day is write an essay, take a shit ton of notes. That's it.
Imagine having to teach it.
Yeah. Well, the guy who teaches it seems to have a fun time, so he's like a 30-year-old
Okay,
dude, bro. Like he's
I mean, yeah, but I also teach history, and yeah, I have fun. I'm not sure about the kids.
Suppose it's only as fun
Yeah.
as you make it.
only
Exactly.
as fun as you make it. That's the philosophy my AP Euro teacher runs with. He is a character. He's one of the only memorable teachers I've had, because you only remember the really good ones or the really bad ones,
They're the really weird ones.
or the really weird ones, which usually fits into one of those 2 categories.
True.
Usually.
I had a teacher that got out of school, and years later we discovered it was because he was harassing the librarian.
Oh,
You know the worst part of it?
Yeah,
No
one
one
of
knew
the
there was a librarian in the school.
most schools down here, I don't know if this is true for most schools in America, but down here we all have a couple of campus cops that just chill.
Oh
And one of
yeah,
them
I
got,
remember that from when I lived down in Florida.
Yeah, one of
that's
them.
that's
That's
weird.
That's
to me.
weird. Yeah, I guess Florida's just special. Anyway, one of those got got fired for being a bit of a creep to some of the teachers as well. And I'm telling you, this guy got clowned on for years after it happened. He kind of had it, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, also that same teacher got the same job years later.
Boy, we are off topic.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. I feel like this is my fault. I don't remember what I said, but I'm almost positive this is my fault.
We got talking about history.
We somehow got to talking about history.
Well, I was going through the whole history of the town spiel, and yeah, so where are we going about getting cleaned up? Because we haven't actually found any place to do that
Yeah.
yet.
Can't me and Crowd just clean up everybody with prestidigitation?
I mean, there has to be a place here in town, like a bathhouse or something.
Surely,
right?
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. There's surely got to be a bathhouse of some kind.
Not that we have found yet.
Well,
I mean, there is a river. Worst comes to worst.
Can I grab a
That's true. Yeah,
can
they
I-
like. Does the general store sell like bars of soap?
It does.
Then I mean, yeah. Worst comes to worst, we just gotta buy some soap. And go to
Can
the
I just
river.
grab a peasant from the street and ask if there's a bathhouse around here?
Yeah. Swallow your pride and ask for directions.
But I want to ask the most smug way possible.
Alright, so you just walk out onto the street and grab a random civilian.
That's all you, Paige. That's all
Oh.
you.
Excuse me, sir. Would you happen to know where is a bathhouse around here? But I want to look down, even though I'm only 3 foot high.
The person you grabbed is actually just a little bit taller than you. They just they happen to be a gnome. Great.
One of those weird name gnomes.
No, just a regular gnome because I don't want to say it again. There does happen to be a bathhouse. Most commonly placed used by the miners.
Look at that, we just had to ask.
And it's right over in this vicinity.
Okay, we're right on the way.
Hell yeah. Let's go get cleaned up.
Oh, yeah, thank you very much. Okay, guys,
they
I
go
discovered
about
where
their
there's a
day.
bathhouse.
So there was one. I knew it. Every good town has a bathhouse.
Does Squirrel Side have a bathhouse?
Fucking no.
They got a river about a mile away.
And you gotta make a trek. You gotta get the block of animal fat called soap, and then you can go get cleaned up by walking your ass all the way over to the river.
The squirrels also bathe in the river.
No, squirrels like tongue bathe themselves.
Like cats.
Yeah, like cats. What an astute observation.
I think he's trying
Okay,
to
yeah.
call back to those 2 cats you murdered in cold blood.
I don't recall that.
Yeah,
Murdered cats?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't intentionally murder cats. They were skittering around when I was hunting for squirrels. I buried
we have-
them. I
We have a
buried
man
them.
who murders. We have a man who murders cats because he was trying to hunt mystical squirrels.
Mystical squirrels. They were just squirrels. I was trying to make food for my friends.
And the so-called burial was just digging a hole and put the cat on top of the mound of earth. Like,
Look.
it did not cover anything.
That's how we do it where I'm from. That's how we bury our dead.
See, kids, this is why we don't do drugs.
I do no such thing. I do not do drugs.
That you know of.
That I know of. Except for once when I was hungry and ate those mushrooms. But I didn't think they were gonna do that to me.
Paige still doesn't believe that Squirrel's Head is real.
You were there!
He was high the whole time.
So that's all 3 of us who don't. That's 3 of us who don't believe it exists.
And Krell's blind, so she never actually saw it.
This guy. And the universe is against me. I can't win. What do I do?
The only evidence we found that it existed was a children's crayon drawing.
I'm gonna bring you bastards there one day, and you're gonna see it's real.
Okay.
It's like, I'm surprised you didn't see it. It's like not that far from Waterdeep where we met you guys. My legacy is slowly being drained away from me.
Oh, anyway, let's go to the bathhouse.
Yes, let's do that.
Alright. We make our way across town to the aforementioned bathhouse. It takes a good half hour to get there. And as we arrive, the miners are just getting off their shift for the day. So they're funneling in through this city corridor entrance here. And many of them are making their way for just that bathhouse to get washed up after a hard day's work.
This is gonna be disgusting.
Well, what
How
you gotta
dirty-
do
how
is
dirty-
you just gotta be fast.
How dirty are we at this point?
I mean, how long have we gone without a bath? That's the real question.
I can't speak for Cassius or Myra, but Spoon took a bath about 3 weeks ago. And
Yes.
Krell and Paige have never canonically taken a bath since the campaign began.
So we're constantly just covered in viscera. I mean, we just got done killing a shit ton of guys in a coliseum.
But then again, Krell and Paige are constantly magicking away their dirtiness.
Yeah, I would imagine the Paige would just, before sleep, precipitate all the dirt away. Just because he doesn't want to touch those lower enemy.
Yeah, I might actually ask Paige to help me out with that too. Because I have a feeling like this is going to not be pleasant with all these miners.
Cowards.
Why don't we just speak to the chief of the miners to make them go back to work? We take that.
That is an absurd idea. I mean, I don't know how familiar you are with espionage, but I mean that is.
Yeah, these guys are gross. Can they just go back to work for a bit?
And these guys have been working all day. You think we could send them back? Ooh, that's good. You know what? I think I'll just take my L and use the river.
Alright, let me get a second doodle.
Okay, you know what? I think Paige is going to join Spoon on the river.
Depends what quality of the water in the river is. Like, is it filled with sewage? Muddy?
It must be
that's
better
true.
than the flat water of 50 miners.
Try to go
I
as
don't-
far upstream as possible.
I don't know. If it's sewage water, then I don't think it is cleaner than miner bath.
Alright, so we have Paige and Spoon both breaking away from the party to go take a bath in the river.
Yeah.
Where specifically on the river are you taking your bath?
I would
probably-
imagine the stream being here.
Yeah, probably upstream.
This side of the river coming from.
It's flowing in an eastern direction.
as far upstream as we are legally allowed to go.
Yep, that way.
Yeah, which way is this river flowing anyway?
Eastward.
Eastward.
Oh, so the water from the slums will hit you no matter what.
Ooh.
Plus, people.
How is the quality of the water before you just jump in?
Yes. The quality of water. And actually, I've got. Well, actually, it's a whole river, so I don't think it'd matter. Also, I don't think that's one of the spells I took. It's not, but I could have. Yeah, alright. I've been duped. But the question remains: is it at least semi-clean water?
I wouldn't drink it, but you could definitely bathe in it.
Fantastic. That's all I needed. It doesn't need to be drinking quality. It just needed to be bathing quality.
Alright, so you two head off to the river to get cleaned up. How are the rest of us progressing?
I want to just poke my head in the bathhouse and just kind of see
Yeah, how clean is
what's
it?
going on in there.
The bathhouse itself is pretty well upkept. It's not like in the finest of condition, but it's adequate. The water's clean. It's nice and pleasantly warm inside.
Doesn't look too bad.
At present
Is there
moment,
anywhere of it? Is there anywhere of it's not completely covered in miners?
the
God.
miners have not yet arrived.
Do they have like a women and children section?
They do.
Oh, there you
I'm
go.
going for that.
And Crow will follow, because she is both.
Perfect.
Well, among her race, she's an adult, but still 9.
Most people, I feel like most people don't know the average life expectancy of a goblin. So if she walked up to you and said, "I'm 9," you'd probably think, "Oh, that's just a normal child."
I thing is, I'm an elf. Would people know? Would most people know the
I can hear my
like the
brother
expectancy of an
fucking
elf?
I think you have to get through your first century to be considered an adult as an elf. So I think you're
Yeah,
good.
I'm like
So
I'm
we
like
have 2 children on the group.
I'm like 200 in elf years, so yeah, adult.
elves.
Is there kind of like a more VIP section or private rooms or something?
Not in this particular bathhouse.
A VIP section.
Okay, is there anyone?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to stealthily clean myself up in the women's and children's section, and sneak out again because I am not dealing with those minors.
Oh, I need to roll.
Oh god, if
something.
you get caught.
I'm sure you could pass as like I don't know, an adolescent.
I have psychotic stealth. I'll be fine.
Oh, true.
You imagine where I'd have to set the DC for you to conceal your gender would be?
He's an
Okay.
elf, it's not that
I
hard.
can-
Is there not a spell in your repertoire that can help you out here?
I could prepare one. I didn't think to prepare one.
Okay.
Literally about to go on an
I guess-
infiltration mission, forgets to prepare
Well, I guess
infiltration
I-
spells.
I
Isn't
could
the
just
whole idea of
I could just use disguise self, I suppose.
Well, that
Yeah, I'll do
changes
that.
your general
Yeah.
appearance, I believe.
But
Yes.
aren't elves supposed to be like androgynous looking?
Not really. Yeah, I'll use disguise self to make myself look like a child.
So, hold on, I have to copy paste this directly from the disguise self text.
God.
Then that.
Yeah, that's for this guy's self. You have the outer self, then you could do it.
I mean, no. I from the way I'm reading this, I could still take the form of a humanoid. I would just have to stay as a humanoid. I couldn't like turn myself into like a bugbear or something.
You can turn yourself into a bugbear.
You know what, I'll just turn myself into an elven woman. Why not?
This is something else.
Well,
I really hope you
considering
don't hold the same ideals in the real life, because that is messed up.
well, considering
No, of
elves are very gender fluid to begin with.
Yeah, when you live for 1,000 years, the petty differences the humans subject themselves to, not really that important. Besides, I am not bathing with 50 filthy minors.
Perhaps with a little more exploration, we could find a bit of a more posh bathhouse.
Yes.
But for right now, we get what we get.
We get a dirty river and a bathhouse filled with mining men.
Yes.
I just imagine they singing like miners. But a song about entering the bathhouse. Because that's how I imagine all miners to be.
Oh, you mean like the fucking dwarves from Snow White?
Exactly.
Alright, so Myra and Krell prepare themselves and head into the women and children's side as Cassius decides to change his gender. just as he's walking in.
It's only temporary. It's only temporary.
See, as long as he has his clothes on while he does it, no one would be able to tell the difference.
That's possible. That's possible.
Yeah, given your...
Assumedly so.
You just have to hide your schlong in the cloud of mist.
Just furiously adding bubble bath mix to the bath.
Funny, very secluded corner. Pulling up some kind of like partition or something.
Just say you have a weird third leg.
This is becoming more and more insane by the second.
And we haven't even done the dinner with a vampire portion of the evening.
Yeah, we haven't had dinner with a fucking vampire yet.
We haven't figured out whether he's having you for dinner or whether you are dinner.
We're gonna find out, that's for sure.
I bet on both.
Alright, sweet.
But he's for sure definitely a vampire though, right? That was established.
It was very visible that he was one or seeming to be one.
Alright, cool. Just making sure.
And considering the fact that his last name is literally Bloodmore.
Yeah, that sounds like a vampire.
It could just be a medieval goth.
Fair
That's true,
point.
it could just be a medieval goth. No one ever considers that option.
Yeah, Krell with no sense of decency just takes her time getting clean, while Myra is furiously scrubbing herself, trying to get in and out as quickly as humanly possible.
Yep.
Cassius is trying his best to remain concealed.
Surely also going at a speedy pace.
Probably.
Yep.
And we'll cut over to Spoon and Paige at the river.
Probably should have made that trip to get soap.
Well, we can do anything now.
I mean, we've got several hours before the feast starts. I mean,
Yeah, you have at least 1 hour until Cassius has to leave the bathhouse.
I feel like, it's not too big of a stretch to say I could run back to town and get some soap.
Okay, then I'm going to give some of my money to Spoon to buy soap.
How
expensive
generous
do you
of
think
you.
soap is?
How generous of you to pay for this endeavor yourself. A selfless act I would never expect from you. But I do appreciate not having to spend my money on it.
You have thousands of gold.
I know.
But explain me, what is soap?
What? How long have you been alive?
Look, for the last 17 years I have been washing myself magically.
Okay, soap is a little block of animal fat that smells nice and it makes you smell nice.
Okay, I like this.
Alright, I'll be back.
So yeah, you quickly dash over to the general store and buy 2 blocks of soap for 2 copper pieces each.
Sick.
Okay. Very expensive.
It's literally a block of animal fat. It's incredibly easy
Make
to
it
use.
Making a massive dent in my 1,500 gold pieces.
Yeah,
Or
let
not
me
gold
think.
pieces, copper pieces. I have 1,500 copper pieces.
I just took out 4 copper pieces of my purse. I'm never going to finish the recover from this, but it's okay.
You
You just
dog.
you just made like 300 platinum.
We are probably richer than most people in this city now.
I didn't make 300 platinum, I made it 150. Basically half that.
Hold on, take some
Well,
time to make sure I have the right spells prepared.
I get 3 for a long time. And with only 2 spell slots as well.
Well, I'm not
Am I
really
right?
changing which ones I have completely active right now, just the ones I have ready to go.
I mean, am I ever really gonna use those spell slots though? I've got divine smites on hand now, which use my spell slots. But am I gonna use them to cast spells? Is what I should have said.
I suppose it depends on the situation.
Yeah. Or most times I'm hitting things with my sword or axe, depending on what is feeling merciful to me that day.
Alright, so how are you two going about bathing yourself in this river, hopefully unnoticed?
I mean,
Paige doesn't give a damn. Just takes his clothes off, enters the river, and starts bathing.
probably gonna go down a decent ways from him. So we're not like right next to each other, and generally do the same thing, probably very quickly.
Yeah, also very quickly.
We don't got we got time, but
Yeah. I imagine the river must be freezing.
Oh yeah, it's real cold.
Whatever.
Compared to the nice warm bathhouse your companions are in.
What am I, a coward? Can't handle some cold water?
Can I hit the water with prestidigitation?
You can heat 1 square foot of a moving river, go for it.
Okay.
It's gonna move away from you.
Yeah.
Shh, we don't. I have fireball.
Boil the whole fucking river. There you go. That's what you should do.
Let's boil.
God, let me
Gonna really confuse the people downriver.
Oh, I could
just like-
I could just produce 8 gallons of fresh water.
You can,
Huh.
but unless
I
you're
wouldn't Google
fill
that.
like a wash tub, I don't think that's going to help you very much.
2 gallons per minute.
I wonder if there's some peasants just enjoying the scenery suddenly realize there's two people on the river bathing themselves.
Oh yeah, there's definitely people walking by just giving you weird looks.
They should feel blessed, for they get to look at the absolutely chiseled body of Spoon Utensilian.
Just absolutely covered in grotesque scars from battles won and lost.
Exactly.
Age probably has on his belly because Maurice impaled him once.
I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah, that did happen.
You're definitely getting some weird looks from some of the people around here, but this is like the middle class area, so it's not that uncommon to see people out here like filling up their wash tubs or washing laundry in the river.
But I imagine it's very rare to see people bathing the river.
It's definitely
Maybe
a
if you're-
sight.
Maybe if they're like poor.
Well, if they're poor, they're probably not inside the city.
You know what? You make a good point.
Alright. Do I have time?
Until the next dawn? That's such a power move. My showboating was to drink a fucking gallon of vinegar. 2 gallons of vinegar to be precise. So that was a bad day. I've got so...
I surely hope that doesn't come back to haunt you.
Surely not.
Well, when you start vomiting blood out of nowhere, later, expect weird looks from the vampire.
Or hungry ones. You never know.
Can a vampire eat something besides blood?
Yes.
Well, yeah, they can.
They just don't need to.
They don't need to, but they can.
I'd imagine to keep up like their body weight and other various parts of your physical appearance, you'd have to eat other things besides blood, but that's where they
That's
get...
just what gives their body sustenance.
Yeah, the most scientific explanation is they use blood to get the vitamins that they can't get from the sun.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I can get behind that.
Alright, so now having taken our baths and gotten as clean as we're gonna get, where are we going to change into our new clothes?
Here,
Yeah, here.
the river,
Out outside, clean myself with
grown
prestidigitation.
man getting into a suit.
Prestidigitation can use make a hot air, so just do that.
See,
It's
now
not like I'm gonna get charged with public indecency.
you might, you don't know.
I don't. But I'm already wanted for murder, apparently. Or assault, I don't quite remember.
I'm just imagining that scene from James Bond where he just pops up out of the ocean, takes off the wetsuit, he's just got a full tuxedo on underneath.
That really happened?
Yeah, I cannot for the life of me remember which movie it was in. I think it was one of the older ones.
Ah, James Bond.
somewhat of our people over at the bathhouse. There is a changing area provided, but there is the issue of Cassius still trying to hide his gender.
Like, how long would it really take to change?
I suppose that depends on you, but Cassius also didn't get an additional outfit, I believe. He just got the mask.
Yeah. Because again, we've already decided I'm breaking in while you guys go as the guests.
Yeah.
So I'm just wearing my regular cloak and robes, just gonna put on the mask, I'll be fine. Okay, I can have an ungodly stealth if I want to, plus I get advantage on any stealth check based on sound.
Oh, true.
So yeah, you are good for break-in mode.
Yeah, I'll probably just help Krell get into her dress and stuff. And then I'll
Krell
put my
will
armor back on.
appreciate
and-
that very much so.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. My armor.
Yeah, everyone seems to have completely forgotten the fact that they're going in plain clothes. So, everyone except for Myra and Cassius, who is breaking in, will have their base armor class if combat shall occur.
Whoa.
What's the difference for Paige?
Paige.
I mean, that's not much of a hit for Paige, because Paige already kind of had a bad armor class.
Paige doesn't wear armor.
Oh yeah, Paige doesn't wear armor.
I'm basically wearing they have the same EC as ever.
Like,
Tips I probably
like,
would not
if
have
we're
a
being-
place to leave my
That's
stuff.
an issue. Because without armor, my armor class suddenly goes from 19 to where is it? My splint. What do we got? To okay, it goes down to 15. That's not that bad.
Yeah, you do still have your ring of
I
protection
got my
that
ring
you
of
can
protection and my defense fighting style.
wear. Yeah. Krell's is a measly 13.
I don't think splint armor is, something that you can wear subtly underneath a suit.
okay, so Mira, what would yours be?
She's still wearing her
Or
armor.
Myra? I know, but what would your AC be with your armor
With my armor off?
on? I mean, just
on?
what is it? Yeah.
What is it now? It's 21.
Oh,
Okay, mine's
I have
Yeah,
a shield.
and mine's-
yeah.
and mine's only 18, but I'm just if the four of you guys get into a fight, I think you're the only one who actually has a chance.
I mean,
I'll pull the get down, Mr. President, and jump in front of anything.
I feel like I could still probably do okay.
But yeah, it just depends, I guess.
Against
I
a
mean,
vampire.
I mean, I'm paladin. I'm gonna divine smite him in the next century.
Well, he's been around for a couple of those, and no one else has been able to do the job, so let's see how you
Yeah, but
fare
we're-
without weapons.
But we're main characters. We have plot armor. Ow! Ow! Oh! Oh! The universe humbled me. Oh! I sat there with my foot immediately started to cramp. I'm sorry.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Alright, I'm good now. I'll go over to my desk and grab a stupid. I got a desk! I have nothing to put on it, but I have a desk now. That was a whole ass paycheck because Amazon's a bitch.
So speaking of armor,
There we go.
are we bringing weapons too?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
What
You're
can I
wearing a
s-
suit with a.
What can I subtly carry? I can't
Yes,
carry
that is
both of my
also
weapons subtly.
that is also a situation we may run into. If you want to keep anything on you subtly, now's the time to declare it.
Can I like go buy like a duffel bag? Like, is that, like, can I like buy a bag to put my stuff in?
You have a backpack, don't you?
Well, yeah, but I don't think my full weapons are gonna fit in there.
Probably not.
I mean,
Okay,
I need like a bag that's gonna be less suspicious for me to have on me.
You think they aren't going to be suspicious if you just hauling in a giant duffel bag to a dinner invitation?
It's Sue. Maybe I brought gifts. I'll put like a good bottle of wine in there as well.
How big is the component
Couple good
pouch?
bottles of wine.
Basically no bigger than a coin pouch.
So could I theoretically keep inside my suit and hidden?
Yeah.
So yeah, please do that.
So the game plan at the moment is I'm gonna buy a bag and like 4 fancy bottles of wine to keep it there, along with Talon, Hugh, and my Javelin of Lightning.
Yeah, and also want to keep the mask inside the suit as well.
That's the plan.
I mean, they'll probably have like a coat check situation where they'll, take stuff.
Oh, true. I didn't even consider that as a possibility. I mean, surely they're not going to think, these dumbasses that just want a shit ton of money in the Coliseum are going to be carrying weapons on them, right?
I mean, we were invited because we were, you won, so surely they just kind of expect you showing up looking all,
Fancy.
Yeah, well, and also looking like the warrior,
Yeah.
maybe.
Alright, are you buying cheap wine or expensive wine?
I said I wanted to buy good wine, so probably expensive. Depending on how expensive it is.
You have so much money and you're worried about petty things.
How much is the wine?
For a bottle of fine wine, it's 10 gold pieces each.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'll buy a couple, like 4 of those and a bag.
And the bag is 2 gold pieces.
2 gold pieces, sick. So now, sick. 2 gold pieces, and the wine was 410 each, you said?
Yeah.
So that's
Alright. What the hell does Krell want to try and sneak in with her?
that's like 4 platinum pieces, and then...
Obviously, your jewelry doesn't really matter because that's in your person anyway.
Right. I'm just gonna be like, I guess I'm gonna try and hide my weapons under the wine and my alchemy jug too. I'm gonna put that in there.
Oh, the most important item on my inventory. I'm going to keep the pocket sand on my pocket.
Oh, sure, you gotta keep pockets, man. You can't not keep pockets, man.
There's not a whole lot in Krell's inventory she could actually sneak in.
Yeah, I mean, you can get what are they? Thigh sheets. You can hide your daggers under your dress. What are they called? I don't know. There was an episode of a show. I don't remember what show it was. It was insane. But they kept like guns on their ankles because they were all super paranoid.
That's just a cop thing.
Maybe it was a cop show. I don't remember. I just remember the plot of one of the episodes was there was a bunch of assassinations going around to fuck with one guy, but they were being shot with marshmallow bullets.
The fuck?
Yeah, it was weird. It was an adult cartoon, so it was very mediocre, and the plots were not that good.
Krell's totally wearing the crown, by the way.
Wearing the crown.
Has to.
has to wear the crown.
She wore it for the entirety of the arena fight. She's gonna keep wearing it now. Doesn't really go with her dress though, but
Yeah, because it's made of wood.
I'm going to imagine she's going to get there. Hey, aren't you supposed to kneel for queens?
Although I guess you could like, I don't know if bards get minor illusion. Or
Krell
if you
has
took it.
yeah, she
You
has
could
it
probably,
prepared.
you could probably like minor illusion to make it look a little like a real crown.
Thing is, I don't really see her being able to smuggle in either of her casting focuses.
What does she use to cast her spells?
She uses a tuning fork for her bard spells and a wand for her warlock spells.
I mean, those seem like they're easy. Those seem like they're easy enough to hide.
I feel that those both sound like things you could hide in a purse.
Yeah, or
Krell
you
does
know,
not
hide
carry a
the
purse.
his sleeve.
She can buy one!
Can't she just put on her sleeves?
Krell's dress
Well,
doesn't have sleeves.
Doesn't have sleeves.
Oh,
I think my plan is the most
can she
logical.
put the things on her underwear?
Okay.
You know, on the part of the underwear that goes around your waist.
The
Got the
waistband.
Yeah, the waistband. You can just put in the waistband.
I mean, I guess I don't know how big the wand is.
I would imagine like one of the Harry Potter kind.
Yeah, probably like 10 inches or so.
Okay. Then my theory remains. A purse would probably be easy,
Unless
That
it
just
gets
would happen.
searched.
unless it gets searched. True. You can bury it under all of your money.
Bold of you to assume I'm taking all my money.
True.
And on that note, where are we stashing the rest of our shit while we're going in there?
We can just like rip up some floorboards in the house and then put it there.
That needs to be on our agenda, to have a place to store our shit.
Yeah, I kind of
At one point.
I kind of skeptical of that. Is there a place such as a bank of items in here?
Regular bank, perhaps. Finding some sort of storage unit would probably be a little more difficult. You know, Krell
Probably
does have one
interesting.
very specifically small weapon in her inventory that she's gonna try and sneak in, and that is her small knife that she has had as a flavor item since the beginning. I've used like 2 of her flavor items for being a bard and an urchin, like ever.
My plan seems unflawed.
Yeah, I think we are going to have to do that.
Hide full actual weapons under wine and alchemy jug.
I can't believe you guys are gonna be unarmored and mostly unarmed during this.
I'm very armed. Don't get it twisted.
I forgot I have
Hopefully
this.
armed.
I've got these hands.
Yeah, she
Oh,
literally
yeah.
can't be disarmed.
And as
Well,
a speed,
Well, you can be, but I recommend not being disarmed until I can grow limbs back.
you know, if somebody says, "Oh, you know, what are you gonna do? Punch me?" Yes, because these punches do a flat 6 damage each. That's it. That's all there is to it.
But yeah, her weapon bond just literally allows her to teleport her sword to her from anywhere as long as she's on the same plane of existence.
Oh,
Could
there
I-
you go. You don't even
Could
gotta
I
worry about it.
theoretically, because it says I can have up to 2 bonded weapons, if I took the time, I could bond to somebody else's weapon and then summon both if we needed to.
Oh, true. Since Cassius is breaking in, he doesn't have to worry about that.
No, but if
No.
you want your weapon.
I mean, if you could be bound to like talent, that'd be cool. That's my long sword.
I could try that. I just need an hour.
An
Okay,
hour?
I have one last item
have
that I
that time?
should probably also carry with me. It's that little flask of that Santa Claus gave it to me.
Oh yeah, and Paige, are you gonna be able to take your component pouch in?
Yeah, here
I
I go.
Surely they're not going to search that. That's like, I mean, even if they did search it, it was like, this is a pouch that's got bad shit, crushed glass, gold powder. This is weird.
I would just say it's an memory.
Yeah,
Collectibles. I collect random
I
things
collect
of every
random
single
shit.
place I go.
I kind of want to know how you explain the bat shit.
It's hey, don't get it. Maybe it's from like an extinct bat species. There you go. Boom.
It's from a very rare kind of bat.
A genius.
Or I could also just
You should
use
hire me to write
illusion to hide it.
I don't think the species of bat matters. It's still just bat shit.
Yeah, but like if it's really rare, that's the kind of thing a stupid collector would get.
Okay.
And if all else fails, I'm pretty sure Cassius has at least one dagger on him that Crow could use.
What? I have several daggers, a sword, crossbow.
The
lot of
question
magic.
remains: do we have the time for Myra's bounded weapon idea? Takes what, an hour? You said.
An hour.
Yep.
Checks out to me.
Yeah, it could be done during a short rest, so she could have done it while she's in the bath.
Sure.
Why not?
Just had an epiphany, you know.
It's like, oh, I should do this.
Meditating above the water.
Elves. What a suddenly, like, I didn't even know you could do that. Is that a fighter thing you have?
Yeah, it's
Yep.
with Eldritch Knight.
Okay. I didn't know they got that. I thought their whole thing was just getting some spells.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
I
get
think
the
it's-
warlock. They're pretty much the fighter version of a hexblade.
I see.
Yeah, I think it's mainly so if you need to cast something with your hand free, you can just.
Yeah, you can use the bound weapon as your casting focus.
Oh, okay, I see. That's neat.
Krell doesn't get that for a whole nother level.
Yeah. Oh man, I forgot the warlock I made for my Saturday game can't be played anymore because the person running it has a terrible schedule, aka my dipshit brother.
Mira can
Also means he
only
can't
cast,
be in my campaign anymore, which really actually did fuck up some things, but that's okay. I can fix it. I'm a genius.
Mira can only cast Fireball at 13 level.
You know, I don't think fighters are worried about casting fireball.
Well, if I get to like 10th level in Bard, I can cast Delayed Blast Fireball
Oh, there you go.
at 5th level, I believe. I could just let it sit on somebody for like a week and then detonate it, and it does more
That's-
d6 than you can count.
That's a horrific nightmare idea.
Like, hold on, let me pull up the actual description here.
I hate the fact that you told me about that. That's gonna give me nightmares.
7th level evocation, so it'd be way past 10th level Bard. I think I'd be closer to 14th level. I'd be real close to level 20. But, yeah, casting time, 1 action, range 150 feet, target a chosen point within range.
That is
You
like
only
an
need
assassination spell.
you only need a tiny ball of bat guano and some sulfur. A beam of yellow light flashes from your pointing finger, then condenses to linger at a chosen point within range as a glowing bead for the duration of up to 1 minute. When the spell ends, either because your concentration is broken or because you decide to end it, the bead blossoms with a low roar into an explosion of flame that sprouts around corners. Each creature within a 20-foot radius sphere centered on that point must make a dex save. It takes fire damage equal to the total accumulated damage on a failed save or half as much on a successful one. The spell's base damage is 12d6. If at the end of your turn the bead has not yet detonated, the damage increases by 1d6. If it is touched before the interval has expired, the creature touching it makes a dex save. On a failed save, it ends, causing it to erupt in flame. On a successful save, the creature can throw the bead up to 40 feet. If it strikes a creature or a solid object, the spell ends and the bead explodes.
Is there a limit to how much damage it can do?
So, if you cast it at 9th level, it starts at 14d6. At the end of each round, it goes up by 1d6.
So you could really just put that on a guy and let it go for a while.
You could let it go for up to a minute, and it'll deal 24d6 damage. Cast at 9th level, letting it go its full run. But I think there's actually one of the sorcerer abilities that can make the duration even longer.
Ugh. Magic. It's so strong.
Which explains why it's only available to wizards and sorcerers.
Yeah.
But with the bard, you can just get the I forget what it is, but you get it at Bard 10th level. And it basically allows you to just steal 2 spells that are of a level you can cast from any other spell list.
That is a nightmare.
And by the time Krell gets to 10th level Bard, she'll be level 13, and I think casting 6th or 7th level spells?
Something like that.
So, should we get off to the vampire? Or see the vampire?
I believe our plan has become foolproof.
Alright.
Well,
Mostly.
you just keep me distracted, I'll loot the house for everything it's worth.
So I guess I'm not carrying my javelin lightning on me. Boo-hoo. I wanted to throw that at him if we got into combat.
I'm going to
I
write
guess
the only
that's
things I have in the moment are my component pouch, visibility flask,
But I guess
and
that's not happening.
Oh yeah, there it is. Extended spell from the meta magic options. When you cast a spell that has a duration of 1 minute or longer, you can spend 1 sorcery point to double its duration to a maximum duration of 24 hours.
oh,
So every 6 seconds for 24 hours, you add a d6 to that roll. As long as you got the sorcery points to keep stacking.
Oh god.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna bring my javelin of lightning anyway. I've got an excuse lined up.
So you'd be dealing out something like 2,800 d6.
That's insane!
But you'd have to maintain that concentration, and the creature would not be able to move outside that 20-foot radius for 24 hours, or any creature interact with that glowing bead for 24 hours. But you could literally nuke the ever-loving hell out of somebody if you
No
just
one could ever survive that. Nothing could survive that.
can you just make it on a random place and then someone opens a dimensional door in front of you and just teleports it to the guy you want to blow up?
There's a lot of things you could do with it, but again, you'd have to maintain that concentration for the full 24 hours. They'd have to not find it before then or interact with it, because if they pass that save, they can pick it up and huck it, and then it explodes outside of their range.
Yeah, that's bad. certainly don't want that to happen.
So you can just like hide it under somebody's bed. Just blow their house to kingdom come.
That's basically a nuke.
But you'd have to either be a sorcerer or a wizard or a bard that takes it as their magical option. Get to high enough level to cast it. Take those meta magic options. And be able to just keep your sorcery points going for a whole 24 hours to pull that off.
Become a coffee lock.
See, that works until exhaustion sets in.
Oh yeah, that is true.
So you can do it once and the exhaustion will probably kill you. Alright. So Paige is only bringing his component pouch. Myra is wearing her armor, but is otherwise unharmed.
No component pouch, classic invisibility, and the mask.
Yep.
All inside the suit.
Krell just has a small knife and her various jewelry. Spoon is attempting to smuggle half his arsenal in a duffel bag.
So we got the plan of Myra's gonna bond to Talon. I'm gonna leave Hugh back at the house. I'm gonna put the Javelin of Lightning in there because I've got an excuse lined up as to why I have it. So it's foolproof.
Alright. Anything else anyone wants to do before we go to the manor?
Does it sound?
Nope.
Does it sound like you think we're forgetting something?
No,
Yep.
I'm just giving you an opportunity to look over your stuff
actually,
and make absolutely sure.
You know what? I will drop by a temple on the way there and like pick up some or the general store and just pick up some holy water just to have it.
25 gold pieces each.
I don't get any of the shit.
Let's go. Let's go with.
It's done,
Let's go.
man.
Let's go with two flasks of holy water.
Oh, I just remembered the one thing we forgot when we were talking about the magic shop earlier, the item for Paige that we found but didn't buy.
Oh fuck!
I just happened to be
was that?
scrolling through my notes. It's the Librum of Souls and Flesh.
Okay, what does that do?
Let me pull out my magic items tab. Where the hell did it go? Oh, right there. It's a wondrous item that requires attunement specifically by a wizard. The book is bound in skin and bone, cold to the touch, and whispers faintly. When found, it contains the following spells, which are wizard spells for you while you are attuned to the book. Animate Dead, Circle of Death, False Life, Finger of Death, Speak with Dead, Summon Undead, and Vampiric Touch. And it functions as a spell book for you. While you are holding the book, you can use it as a spellcasting focus for all wizard spells. It has 3 charges and regains 1d3 expended charges daily at dawn, and you can use the charges in the following ways while holding it. You can spend 1 minute studying the book, expend 1 charge to replace one of your prepared wizard spells with a spell from the book.
How
new
much
spell?
was it?
3 grand, I believe. So 3,000 gold.
Shit, I don't have it.
As an action, you can spend 1 charge to take on a semblance of undeath for 10 minutes. For the duration, you take on a deathly appearance, and undead creatures are indifferent to you unless you have damaged them. Wow, that really just swelled up.
Yep, after the heist, I'm definitely going to buy that. But let me write the name. It's the Book of...
You also appear undead to all hour of inspection, and to spells used to determine the target's status. The effect ends if you deal damage or force a creature to make a saving throw.
Yep, definitely going to buy that later. What's the name of the book again?
God damn it, I just closed it. The Librum of Souls and Flesh.
cerebral, souls, and flesh. Definitely going to buy the heist.
I figured you'd be interested in it, but you got cut out right before we went to the magic shop.
Yep.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have money anyway, so
But at least you can be retroactively excited about it.
yep.
Any last things before we go?
Let's ruin a vampire's day.
Let's ruin a vampire's day.
Yep.
mean,
Let's
what?
go become dinner.
No, they're gonna if they do that, they're gonna rue the day that was their decision.
You guys getting busy, I'll rob everything of value from his house.
Everything
I
that's
remember
not
that being part of the plan.
everything that's not glued to the wall is gone.
I mean, I've got a crowbar, I can take some stuff glued to the wall. Just need to pry it loose.
You can melt the glue.
I could.
You got fire in there somewhere.
I could burn it with holy fire. Yes, I could.
Only fire used to steal.
From a
That's
vampire.
the age we live in.
Go ahead, sometimes.
Right, we're off to see the vampire.
Alright, so we make our way to the Bloodmore Manor at the appointed hour.
I'm gonna separate from the group probably a couple blocks away, kind of like head around the other side from where the main gate is, and prepare to like throw a grappling hook with a rope over the wall.
Alright. While he is making his stealthy approach, the rest of us head to the front door.
I've got my duffel bag with a javelin and some wine and my alcohol jug. I mean, it's a bunch. They're like, I got like the Costco value bottles, so they're fucking huge, but it's good wine.
Alright, make sure everything is as it's meant to be. So I'm not revealing anything prematurely.
If this game was in person, I would demand the DM make dinner for us at the dinner table.
Listen, if I could make half the shit that's on the menu for this party,
Bro,
yes,
can
I
barely
prepared
take
an actual menu for this dinner.
No.
it. You make the dinner, I'll cook the food.
Oh,
Gotta give that door a firm knocking, spoon utensillion style. AKA, I don't break it down, but boy, do I want to.
there's
Okay,
a good
that's a
size
big house.
metal knocker on the door that you can give a good wrapping to.
There you go. Bop, 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 baby.
The house is what in the real world would be considered a Victorian style manor. Very vampire-esque.
Very interesting table right here.
Oh, that's consent.
And it's
maybe
and
that's,
it's not that far from the dining room.
well, maybe that's just like the blood from like a steak or something, you know.
Yeah, here's the kitchen.
Meat can be kind of bloody sometimes. Not man meat, just meat.
Alright,
Wow,
so
that's a lot of books.
I think you are being far too skeptical. All that happened was a vampire invited us into his home. How often does that happen?
Normally the other way around.
Exactly. You have to invite a vampire in. I think everything's gonna be just fine.
Alright, you are.
Yeah, totally.
It's gonna be alright. Nothing
not worried about
disconcerting's gonna happen in the next, I don't know, half an hour. Alright, so
Sure.
spoons Knocking upon the door is soon answered by a aged orc male with short salt and pepper hair, dressed in a standard butler suit, exuding an air of civility and sophistication unbecoming of an orc. You must be the party I was expecting.
Yeah, that would be us. We were told we could bring +1, so I brought my halfling companion here.
And I brought my half-elf companion.
I'll nod.
She's still half like hiding behind Myra. Still not great at social interactions.
The child that grew up in a cave, really? Not good at talking to people?
She is a bard.
Surprisingly enough, charisma's not even her highest stat at the moment.
Oh,
Well, she's got that buff to her constitution from the amulet, so.
Oh, there you go.
like Paige, whose intelligence is only his second most higher stat. That's the
Yeah,
main-
because your strength is a 19. Or an 18, I don't remember what it gave you.
19.
19, okay.
Yeah, smooth melodic music resonates through the entirety of the manor as we make our way into the foyer here. Doesn't seem to be anyone playing the music, curiously enough.
Magic.
And as you might have expected, you will be required to leave all weaponry at the door.
Oh, yeah, right, of course. That's what I figured.
Oh, yeah, so I'm
So I'll
going
just,
to the-
like, take the javelin out of my bag and just... they probably have, like, one of those umbrella holders, so I'll put it there.
They do, in
Umbrella
fact. You just have to remember to grab it before you leave.
Yeah, just gotta remember to nab it. Or to sprint over here and grab it in a time of need. Why,
Yeah.
why would I need to do that? It's not like anything bad's gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm going to leave everything that I didn't hide inside the suit in here too.
Oh, you didn't even stash yours back at the house.
Yep.
Just a staff, some books, all the fun stuff.
All the fun stuff.
And if that is all, will you kindly follow me?
Of course.
And he'll begin walking across this wide open hall with rooms on either side.
Follow him.
A nice place you guys got here.
Yes, the master's been moving the house from place to place for the past 2.5 centuries or so.
Has he been here since the very beginning of this city?
I believe he immigrated here a few years into its creation.
So he's got somewhat of a history with the place.
A fair bit, yes.
Do you work for him for long?
About 20 years.
You always throw dinner parties for champions of the temple.
Only the ones that intrigue him.
I see.
And he makes his way into the second hall here, which boasts a fabulously impressive throne at the far end.
Huh. Another throne room. The last time I was in one of these, a drow was trying to rip my head off. So that was fun.
The last time I was in a throne room, I became a queen, so...
I don't think
All in
that's
all, not a bad idea.
correct. You were also there when that drow was trying to murder me. And you. And Paige here. Everyone was there when that drow... Well, except Myra. Myra wasn't there.
If you'll just follow me this way into the dining hall.
Of course.
And the butler will introduce you just as you introduced yourselves on the way in. Why, thank you, Pembagast. That'll be all for the evening. You may retire for the night. And the butler will give a slight bow and just take off.
Whew.
Lovely place you have
This
here.
is, yeah, this is a stellar manor you've got.
Pleasure to meet you, Sir Mason.
It's a pleasure to meet you, young man. Now, as I recall, you were not at the arena for the fights.
I was on the betting stage actually. Won a lot of coins on the way.
Yes, I did hear about someone who was making quite a lot of betting action happen. Really drove up the odds.
Yeah, he tends to do that at any fight I go to. Just bet far too much money on me. It's I wouldn't call it a bad habit, but boy is it a habit of his.
Nothing wrong with a little insider betting.
True. I mean, he's betting on the guy that's gonna win, so nothing wrong with that.
Now we're just waiting on one more member of our little dinner party here. And I'm sure Sinclair in the kitchen is nearly done preparing the meal.
Oh, good.
What else are we waiting for?
Yes.
The other champion from the arena from last night.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
The assassin.
Oh, I didn't know there was another one coming. There was another champion, someone else won?
Yes, the singles championship.
Oh, I see.
Because I backed out early.
Right. If you
Yeah.
hadn't, I'm sure you would have won.
She was pretty close to death at the end there.
I was in single digits for a long time.
I think Krell was in single digits after most of the fights.
I was low, but I don't think I ever went down to single digits.
I think I had like 3 spell slots left. And all of them were first level.
Wait, that's a bunch of healing words right there.
It only does so much at first level.
I know. Sometimes you gotta deal with what you got. What's this other champion like?
Rather noble gentleman. Comes from an interesting background, land quite far from here.
I'm actually decently far from this place myself. I come from a quaint little town a bit northeast called Squirrelstead.
I've not seen that on any map of the region. Is that new?
No, it's a pretty old town, but it is pretty small though. a dot in the grand scheme of the country.
It's literally like 8 buildings in the woods somewhere.
Yeah, yeah, it's a pretty small place. That's where I got my start as an arena fighter. They call me a hero for defeating a rabid were-squirrel of our era. My son did something similar, but then he went and died. It was not fun times.
My condolences.
It's fine. I've got a magic wolf friend who I feel his spirit is imbued in. He shows up from time to time.
Curious.
Yeah.
I'm sure we shan't be waiting much longer for our final arrival. And almost on cue, he strides through the door. Unlike when you saw him previously, he is now wearing formal hakama. His hair is tied up out of his now neatly shaven face.
Oh. This is the other champion you mentioned.
Yes, Satoshi Hasashi as it was.
Huh. Well, it is a pleasure. It's always nice to meet one as qualified as myself in terms of their fighting prowess.
Well, pleasure to meet you, Sir Hasashi.
A pleasure as well, young man.
How was your bout in the singles? Was it a struggle, or did you stamp your way through?
Some matches were easier than others.
Felt that. That's how the doubles fared as well.
Unfortunately, most of my opponents just didn't wish to stay down and take the loss.
I mean, I'm guilty of doing that myself. I'm known to get knocked down, then very quickly get back up. So, maybe you wouldn't like stepping into the ring with me sometime.
Perhaps.
So tell me, Mr. Bloodmore, what is exactly on our menu this evening?
Now we've quite the feast prepared. Sinclair should be out with it momentarily.
Well, fantastic.
We have several courses prepared for this evening. Ghost's not cooperating. They refuse to fold, they just keep flipping back over.
When your Word doc doesn't load.
No,
Mr.
I print off
Bloodmore,
all my notes, so I just have it to look at, so I don't have to click through a bunch of things.
Fair enough.
Tell me, Sir Bloodmore, are you a native to the region?
Perhaps this is why everybody and their mother is switching over to Foundry.
No, I'm actually from a bit north of here.
Really? I come from the north as well. Lived in a tiny village some time ago. Not important, really.
As you've told tale of how it tragically
Oh yeah, an accident happened and it
accident.
burned.
Yes, it burned down. Truly a tragic story.
Surely someone, as you know, who's lived here for quite some time. I'm surprised you haven't got into like the politics of the city, that you aren't, leading it.
Leading is not really my strong suit. Although I am a silent benefactor to some of our city's leaders.
Ah, so you are involved in some way with how the city is run.
A bit, but I try not to overburden them with my personal opinions. Buy them off, as it were.
Interesting. I've never been much one for politics myself. It's never been a topic that really interested me. Although at Squirrelstead, we didn't have that. Our populace isn't very big, so a governing body wasn't really necessary.
If there's only 8 buildings and one is the government, that's something.
Yeah.
Well, we did meet a chief while we were back there.
Oh yeah.
It becomes more and more of an anomaly every time we talk about it.
Well, Sir Satoshi, Bloodmore mentioned that you are from a land far away from here.
Yes.
Well,
I wrote it down, now I can't find it.
okay. I thought he only said yes, like, yeah.
I was like, yeah, do you care to elaborate?
See, I have exactly where Bloodmore's from right in front of me. Where the hell's my map of Faerun so I can jog my memory?
Yes, that's it.
Yes.
I'm in a few
What a-
words.
What a that's a Sigma male move right there.
I once had a teacher that was impossible to speak with him. Everything only said yes or no.
I've met people like that. It is a nightmare to talk to those kind of people.
There it fucking is. He's from Ashenwood. I have like the area around its description. I'm like, I know it was something like that. And I started noticing the various cities in that various area. And you were asking where Bloodmore was earlier. He's from the far north of Glimmerwood, up by Icewind Dale.
Of course it is. Of course it's called Glimmerwood. Vampires.
And as we're contemplating geography,
That's one way to put it.
Sinclair, our cook that we were waiting upon, a young man, at least young as far as drow go. His clothing choices are more laid back and fanciful than one might expect from someone of his standing. And he is followed by his dutiful companion, a purple fairy dragon.
Ah, of course.
It's like a dragon you could fit in your pocket.
Because why not? Why wouldn't you have that?
Ah yes, Sinclair, is the meal ready? Yes, we have, everything is ready, everything is ready. For the meat course, we have pan-fried rainbow trout, braised beef, an assortment of various hand pies, and smoked sausages, which I misspelled in my notes apparently. The vegetarian course, we have a forest salad, onion soup, spiced potatoes, mushroom steaks. And for our side dishes, we have buttermilk biscuits and elven bread. And then later for dessert, we will be having black pudding.
Just real quick, I would like to go ahead and put up my divine sense, so we can just kind of get a feel of what's going on here.
Alright, you want to ping that for me?
Yeah, I got you. You mean like put it in chat?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Do that 3 times a day. So I think it's something I can do pretty subtly.
More or less. It's basically just heightening your senses to the creatures around you.
Good and evil, undead or not undead.
Age is on your radar like bing 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 bing.
It's like you've got like a neon sign that says, yeah, this motherfucker evil.
You're definitely getting a strong sense of undeath from Mason, as expected.
Yep.
But you don't know where it registers on your good-evil radar.
Ugh. Well, that's a problem. He just like this. It's like he looks morally gray, or it just doesn't ping at all.
Probably morally gray. He does occasionally have to eat people, so...
He does occasionally have to eat people.
Or at least consume their
but other than
bodily
that-
fluids.
But other than that, he's not a bad guy.
And who knows, maybe he's got someone that offers it willingly.
That's true.
He has 2 servants after all.
At least 2. It's a big
At
house.
least two. It's
These
a
are
big
probably
house.
just the only 2 he's kept here for the evening.
Yeah.
Well. Alrighty then.
So Sinclair will spend the next few minutes going back and forth between the kitchen and the dining hall, loading up the table with all the aforementioned foods. And it is an absolute feast for the senses, taking in all the various smells and sights of the succulently prepared food.
Well. This is...
Paige, surprisingly enough, is going to behave like a gentleman and only pick a few of a little bit of everything.
Alright.
Yes. Spoon is probably going to do something similar. Making sure to get a nice portion of most things on the table.
I'm gonna actually make a roll to see if Krell can discern foods apart from each other.
I mean, she could probably smell good.
Oh, good. But yeah, she just got the medley of all of these many different kinds of foods in her nose. I meant actually find them on the table.
Oh, true.
I mean, I'll help her out too.
Yeah, perhaps one of us should help Grell. She's blind.
I'm not just gonna let her feel her way through the dishes.
Maybe because then we seem like the monsters here.
Yeah, kinda.
Do we notice with this, or can I notice, what's the cook's name again? Sorry.
Sinclair.
Sinclair. Does he look like calm, or, you know?
Yeah, how about
nervous or-
everyone? Yeah, how about I was gonna say, how about everyone else present? What do they have to say? What is my
Like, what's the vibe of this guy? Like,
Sinclair is really laid back, kind of mellow.
okay.
But is he evil?
He doesn't pop up on your divine sense, so he's not at least strongly evil.
Okay. Maybe we were overly suspicious about this.
Yep.
I mean, there's one thing that's pretty glaring about, the
Yeah,
extra guest wasn't expected.
Yes, we were not told about that.
Thank God we chose Paige to come instead of Cassius.
Yeah, imagine Cassius
Yes.
sitting opposite the table of him. Just literally pissing his pants at the man who tried to kill him not even a day ago.
Oh, no, not pissing himself. He would have been preparing to brawl.
Excuse me
chaos.
for just a moment.
Wonder what Cassius is doing while all this is going on.
Good point, actually. But yeah, well, we're steadily eating our meal. We'll cut out to Cassius making his break in. So how are you breaking into the manor?
I'm assuming there are some kind of like external windows, correct?
Yeah.
Climbing up to one of those, using the crowbar to physically force it open.
Alright. So that'd be a thieves' tools check.
Yes. Just gotta pull up the thing. If it wants to pull up. Thieves' tools. Where are you?
Should be in your tools thing, bottom left.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
22.
With just the absolute of ease. You've done this a million times before. You just get the crowbar right under the bottom of the window and you get it right in the corner so you know it won't shatter the glass. And you just hit it just hard enough to pop the lock off and get the window open before stowing it away and making your way
I'm going to-
inside.
So which room did I get into?
Right under the dinner table.
I hope not.
You weren't at all specific about where you were entering the building from.
I would have gone for one that I would not have gone for one that seemed like there was anybody in it.
All right. You are now in the master bedroom.
I'm assuming over here is I'm assuming this is a crate.
There's
box.
a chest.
I'm going to examine the chest.
All right. It seems to be a. What's the word I'm looking for? It's not coming to me. I've heard this word a million times. It seems to be a very old-fashioned hope chest.
I'm gonna pretend I know what that is.
You are on the internet. Use Google.
True.
Okay,
I'll use my.
does it
fan.
appear to be locked or trapped?
It does have a very large and sturdy-looking lock on it.
You're gonna cast detect magic.
You want to ping that for me? Because I believe you get
Yeah.
the school.
Yes. Oh, that's not good.
It's never good when you cast Detect Magic and there's actually magic. But, looking around the room while I look up what School of Magic this is, a lot of things in this room seem to be giving off a faint magical aura.
Ooh, it's Christmas.
I once had a player cast Detect Magic at a magic store. He went blind for 2 hours. You detect
So I'm assuming
I found it.
abjuration, is it?
Yeah, abjuration.
Okay, it's honestly one of the more expected schools in magic. And it's on the chest itself, is it?
It's specifically on the lock.
Okay. I'm just gonna cast Dispel Magic on the lock.
What level?
It's a third level spell. I only have third level slots, so third.
Alright, you cast your Dispel Magic on it, but your magic eyes still detect that it is still, in fact, magical.
I think for Dispel Magic above a certain level, you have to roll for it, don't you?
Maybe. I might be reading
Here. For any spell, third.
Yeah.
Okay, if the spell on the lock is a third level or lower, it succeeds automatically. If not, you have to roll for it. DC
Alright.
equal to 10 plus the spell's level.
Alright, let's make an ability check using spellcasting ability.
Which is my wisdom, which is good because it's my highest one, so it's going to be a +4 to what I roll.
Alright, give me that roll.
D20 +4, so that's 19.
Ooh.
So that's enough to dispel up to a 9th level spell. Whew.
Well, shit. There you go.
Actually, that would dispel a 5th level spell. But, yeah, you do succeed.
Right. Okay, good. So I'm now going to pick the lock, now that it has been successfully dispelled.
Alright.
Assuming number thieves.
Yeah, Beastles again.
Number, yeah. 14.
Not bad. You work the lock for a little while. You've got time, and hopefully people elsewhere in the house are being distracted by pleasant conversation. You manage to get the lock open after about 10 minutes of prodding at the pins. It seems to be a very intricate lock, but you still get it open.
Perfect. Detect magic is still going. What in here looks good?
Nothing inside of the box is actually magical.
Okay, what is in the box?
It seems to be full of old keepsakes. Things that are... what's the word I'm looking for? Our host has kept from his very long lifespan. Just memories of his life.
Anything that looks like it would have resale value?
Anything can be sold.
We are evil, aren't we?
Anything made out of like gold or silver or gem inlaid?
There's a few personal lockets and stuff of that nature in there.
I'll take them.
Things with engravings and
Straight into the bag of
photos.
holding. I'm just gonna write in my notes personal mementos.
It's robbing a man of his memories.
Why not? And if right into the bag of holding. And after that, I'm going to start examining all the magical stuff in here and seeing what would be valuable to take.
Oh.
The sheets are made of silk, so
Well, a lot of the other magical items in the room are just mundane. Most of them, it's transmutation magic to, say, keep itself clean, or, say, on the bedspread to remake the bed after it's been used.
That's lazy. That's
How
pure
convenient.
laziness.
No, that's
I
smart.
would,
That's just having a magical housekeeper.
I would 100% have that if I were no magical.
Any
word.
any actual magic items that would be of value to take?
Not in this room.
Okay, that's fine. Before I leave the room, I'm just gonna like sprinkle holy water on the bed, kind of like under the sheets.
Oh,
Jesus
Oh my God.
Christ. Oh,
He made me mad.
Like putting itching powder in.
More like poison ivy.
Okay.
So yeah, you lift up the covers and just bless this bed with your holy water. It's gonna get
Not only-
absolutely soaked.
Oh, this vampire's gonna have a bad night.
not only destroying a man's night by stealing his memories, precious memories.
Stealing
and
his
also
memories, poisoning his bed. And we
I
haven't
hope
even
this guy
confirmed
tries
this.
to kill us soon.
And we haven't even confirmed that this dude is evil.
I hope
He's a
he
vampire. He's a vampire, but good enough.
nearly as bad about this.
He's going to cry himself to sleep for nights.
I
I
think.
guess I'll proceed on. I guess I'll proceed on to the next room.
Look,
It is.
I'm evil, but holy shit.
Hopefully this guy is like a fucking Disney twist villain. Otherwise, we are just the bad guys tonight.
And as Cassius is making his exit from the room, it's a good place to end for the night.
Oh